Hello and welcome to Diplomatic Passport on ZTN, a program where we go through the daily updates, statistics, Zimbabwe's preparedness on the general response to the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as regional and international trends. My name is Blessing Munatsi. We start by giving you the latest figures from the Ministry of Health and Childcare Zimbabwe, recording 35 deaths and 1,091 new cases of COVID-19 yesterday. And this brings the total number of active cases to 26,821. The cumulative number of cases now standing at 113,526. Of these, 82,994 being recoveries, while 3,711 resulted in deaths. Harare remains the main hotspot, having recorded 170 new cases of COVID-19, followed by Marondera in Mashonaland East, which recorded 51 new cases. Now, Zimbabwe currently has 553 hospitalized cases of COVID-19, and of these, 51 are new admissions, 171 are asymptomatic, and 353 are mild to moderate cases. 60 of those admitted have severe symptoms, while 21 are in the intensive care unit. Zimbabwe's vaccination program is ongoing, and the latest data that we have, 32,927 people are receiving their first dose by the end of the day yesterday, and this brings the cumulative for the first dose to 1,740,598 people, while 30,783 received their second dose, to bring the cumulative for the second dose to 863,667. Now, the government is stepping up its vaccination efforts, with 2.5 million doses due to be delivered this month, and an additional 1 million shots are scheduled to arrive in September. This was announced by the Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Monica Mchangwa, at the latest post-cabinet briefing in the capital, where she also highlights that government is intensifying COVID-19 vaccination and decentralizing the program to other areas, including the private sector.
The nation is informed that the Ministry of Health and Childcare is expecting another 2.5 million doses of vaccines through direct purchase this month, August 2021, while a further 1 million doses will be received during the month of September 2021 under the COVAX facility. In order to accelerate the vaccination program and achieve herd immunity by the end of 2021, Cabinet has approved the following strategies. A. Extending the vaccination program to private hospitals and private clinics to complement government efforts. The vaccines will remain free. The institution may claim for the injection costs based on medical aid tariffs. Then B, there will be continued collaboration with the security sector to assist in the vaccine rollout.
Agriculture was classified as an essential service during the ongoing pandemic. The Minister of Lands, Agriculture, Water and Rural Resettlement, Dr. Anxious Masuka, has called on players from his sector to be vaccinated as a way of managing fatalities due to COVID-19.
The agriculture sector has been granted special service status. Because it's a special service, even in the midst of the pandemic, we are allowed to operate, but adhering to all the WHO and our Ministry of Health and Childcare guidelines on COVID. This morning I was looking at the statistics for the ministry in terms of vaccinations, in terms of deaths due to COVID. Sadly, we have just under 50% of the ministry staff vaccinated. And I was saying to the General Secretary, I would have used the rod and stick approach to ensure that everyone complies. Because not being vaccinated is exposing yourself, exposing your loved ones, and exposing our stakeholders to this pandemic. And at today's senior management meeting, I echoed the sentiments that it would be most unfortunate if at some stage we were able to trace a fatality to any of our ministry staff, because that will be an indelible mark on your conscience that you have transmitted this disease to someone and that has led to a fatality. That's how grave the situation can become. So it is absolutely imperative that we all get vaccinated.
Now, we have all lost relatives, friends and loved ones, colleagues even, COVID-19 in recent times, and the commander of the Air Force of Zimbabwe, Air Marshal Elson Moyo, feels that we shouldn't learn on the wrath of COVID-19 the hard way. He called on everyone to go and be vaccinated. He did say this in a recent sit down with ZTN ahead of the country's Heroes and Defence Forces celebrations that are coming in the next week.
We are going through hard times under COVID. Yesterday I was in Mvuma burying a relative who passed on from COVID. And I think talking to colleagues, everybody is now talking of having lost a relative or a close friend due to COVID. The reason why we are having these challenges is mainly because we didn't want to believe. We ended up being like the biblical Thomases who wanted to see a proper death, and then we will believe. I think we have now seen deaths in the country. Well over 1,000 people is not a joke. And I think I call upon fellow Zimbabweans to observe the COVID protocols. Vaccines are there in the country. Let's go and be vaccinated. After all, it's only for free, and it will save you, it will save future generations, it will save your families.
So the message is loud and clear there. COVID-19 is real, and no one is exempted from the risk of its devastating effects. And that denial, when it does come to someone that is close to you, that is when you realize that this thing is really serious. So do go out and get vaccinated if you can. It is in your own best interest, and it is in the interest of public health. It is free to get vaccinated. It is also free to get tested. So do know your status. Visit your nearest testing center if you do feel any symptoms, COVID-19 like symptoms. Do not ignore these. Do not be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. As soon as you know the truth, it also gives you an edge in terms of getting timeous therapy. All right, that's all we had for you today in store. We are back again tomorrow, same time, with the latest updates on the COVID-19 situation in the country. But do remember to play your part. Do get vaccinated, mask up correctly and consistently, observe social distancing, and also avoid crowded and poorly ventilated spaces. My name is Blessing Munatsi. Diplomatic passport is stamped for today. See you next time. Goodbye.